Alright, what's up guys? Nick Divine here and Divine83. So if you check this out, this is a post on Instagram. It's one of my last posts I did. Actually, it's 4 posts away from the last. Right here. This is the post that could get you entered in again for the giveaway. So what I want you to do is go over to that post after you've entered the giveaway on the last video to get a second entry into the giveaway. So put your name in the hat for the second time. You would go over to this, like it. Obviously you got to follow me, and then you got to repost it and tag me. So you don't tag me in the comments, don't tag me in the whatchamacallits, in the details of the post. Tag me in the picture. So when you're getting the post ready, you click on the picture, or you click tag people and just write n.divine83 and tag me that way. This way it goes up on my personal wall and I can see everybody that did it. So like this, follow me on Instagram, repost it, and just keep all the words that are in here, keep it so people know what the post is about. Alright? Don't change the words. Repost everything. Repost this picture, repost the words, and tag me in the picture. Alright? So that's how you can get your name in the hat a second time. And another thing that has changed, Coil Fiend, Brian Feeney, has added a couple things. I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to split them up, but we got the alien makers in there. He gave me another smock tank, the TF12, or TFV12 I guess it's called. He gave me some cotton bacon, which I think I'm going to add even some more cotton bacon. We'll see. And there's a couple things I've been thinking about that I'm going to add. So, yeah, this is the post. Like, follow on Instagram. This is my page. And repost that, tagging me in the picture. Alright? So if you go to stuff like, let me see. So you see when I go to my picture and I click on it, all these names pop up. That's how I want to be tagged in it. This way it goes on my personal wall. So this way I could just go over here. I could go, I think I go up to this. I know it does it on my phone a lot easier. Yeah, actually I'm already on there. I don't know how you look at it on desktop. I know how to do it on the phone, and it's just a lot easier for me. So, well, there is going to be, I think there is actually a hashtag in here that's just for me, so I think I got that covered. I'm not worried about that. As long as it goes up on my wall, we're all good. I think I already got the hashtag in there that I wanted in there. Maybe I didn't. I wonder if I could edit this post right now. No, I can't. Alright, whatever. Just do what I said. Don't worry about the hashtags. That hashtag thing, it doesn't work too good anymore. So they have them bands on them, shadow bands. So hashtags aren't the most solid thing to use anymore. So fuck hashtags. Just because you hashtag something doesn't mean everybody sees it anymore, because they did them shadow bans. I know there's a couple hashtags I can't use anymore. People who don't follow me won't see the picture that I posted. It's called a shadow ban, and I guess it's after you use a hashtag so many times, you don't use it anymore. But what's up, everybody? Cleanest Fuck Coil, Steve. I can't pronounce that. Casey, Mark, Forged and Wire, Vaping Bachelor, Vegas Chef, Philip, Greg, what's up? What is it? Anonymizer or Annoymizer? Annoymaster? Annoymaster? I don't know. I don't know how I would pronounce that. Anonmaster, whatever. What's your real name, buddy? I'll just call you that. I'll just remember your real name. Josh, what's up? All Day Vape, what's up? Hammer, what's up? Getting ready to put some coils in. Redneck Vapor, what's up? Oh, to repost, it's easier to do on a phone. You need the repost app. In fact, you go to my latest video, All Day Vape, the video that says giveaway. It actually has a picture of the video here. This is the original video to get in on the giveaway. So go to that video, and in the beginning it'll tell you. Alright. If you don't know how to repost on Instagram, DM me, and I'll help you out with it. These guys should have repost app. It's a very small app, but yeah, I'm gonna do a build. I'm gonna do my best to get a pretty nice build done. So let me just get settled in. Oh, and one more thing that was changed about the giveaway. The drawing's not on the 2nd, it's on the 9th. There's a couple reasons why. It's basically to add more stuff and be more prepared. So the drawing's not on the 2nd, it's on the 9th. Yeah, I only use my phone too. That computer is the first time it's been used, just to show you that, in like 3 weeks. I use my phone. Repost app is for the phone. Instagram's way better on a phone. It's not that great on a desktop. There's so many things you can't do on a desktop, at least for mine. I can't even go live on my computer on Instagram. I don't know why. Maybe I don't have the right version. I don't know. Yeah, you can't watch. Yeah. I guess if I'd really rather use the reposting, just because of so you could repost the words too. But if you have a problem doing that, I guess it wouldn't be the worst thing if you screenshot it and you still got to tag me in the thing, though. You just got to tag me. So if you can't repost, you could either hit me up by DM or screenshot it as best you can and tag me. You still got to tag me, because that's how I'm going to look for everybody's name. Is I'm going to go on my phone, I'm going to look on my personal tags, and I'm going to see everybody who reposted it and tag me. But the app is called Regran. Regran is the repost app, and it's really easy to use. It doesn't take up room on your phone like at all. What's up, Bobby? Yeah, there's a couple different repost apps. I use Regran. Regran, the repost app. Yes, but you gotta tag me in the picture. Don't tag me in the comments. Don't tag me in the description. Tag me in the picture. If you tag me in the picture, it'll all go up on my personal wall. So don't tag me in the description. Don't tag me down in the comments. Tag me so that when you post it, it does. It does that where the names come up. So when you post it, basically when you're getting ready to post it, there's a little thing in the corner. It says tag people. It's right underneath the thing that says location. It says tag people. And then you click somewhere on the picture and you type in the name, and my name will pop up, and you just put okay. Yeah, put that name there. So I want it like this because this goes to a specific place on my IG that I could see everybody perfectly. It's just going to be so much easier for me to go through all the names. You didn't really miss nothing. 14 minutes. Couple of Lucy's a day. Can't afford to buy each. Yeah, that sucks. You got a mod and everything, Bobby? Everything but juice. Do you follow me on Instagram? You make coils? Okay, DM me on Instagram. It won't let you tag me. It should. Are you doing it on desktop or on cell? On a mobile? It should. Let me see if I can go get my other phone and show you guys. Oh, this is a different charger. Fuck. Oh shit, nice. Good deal. I got 97%. I didn't even need my charger. Alright, so I could show you guys how to do this. It's good to know too, because lots of contests you have to tag them. I know Coil Wars you're supposed to tag them all the time. Alright. First off, people are already sending it. See, Vaping Engineer did it. Alright, so he got it down. Alright, so I go into Instagram. I go post a picture. Alright, so I'll just select this one. Press next. Press next. Bat. Oh, that's not a bat. I think you've seen my whatchamacallit. My hammer. I don't think I have a bat in here. Yeah, I ain't got a bat in here. Alright, so now you see this, tag people. Alright. Click on it. Who's this? It says who's this? Type in n.devine. My name will come up. ndivine83. All done. Check. I'm tagged. And then you just share it, and I'll be tagged in it. So then what happens when I'm tagged in it is I could go on my wall. Alright, and I press this button here, and everybody who reposts it is going to be right here that tagged me. Anybody that does that it goes right here. See how easy that is? So now I just got to take all these people, make sure they already entered, which I mean, most likely they already did. And then they're going to get their names in the hat a second time. Then do the screenshot thing. But regran, sometimes you got to go in there and fix it. And this is regran right here. That's what it looks like. This guy. All right. Sometimes you got to go in there and put in always important, or quick repost mode, or you could do it so it also saves, quick save mode, quick repost mode, or a selection. So that's pretty much, you just go once you have regran, you go to Instagram, you go to a post, like the post, go up here, copy share URL, that'll pop up. I want to share it on Instagram, crop it good. See, usually it's always like that, so crop it so you could see everything. If you didn't, I'm not worried about it, but alright, then you go next, then I'm going to tag people, and .d, I'm right here, I'm tagged, check. You could tag a couple more people that you think want to get in on the giveaway too. That would actually be good, but it's not a must. And then you go like this, hold it, paste, and it'll paste all the words that were in that post also. The regran app does that automatically. It saves all that. And then share. Boom. Yeah, sorry, dude. If you don't have IG, then it's only going to be whatchamacallit. That's like the whole point is to get people over to IG. But you enter the contest through the other. It doesn't mean you can't enter. It just means you can't enter twice. That's like kind of, yeah. Oh, you were talking to Freddie. All right. But yeah, the whole thing with this is to kind of bridge between this and the YouTube. And I just feel if you're not on Instagram, man, there's a lot of builders you're missing out. Oh, I probably shouldn't have opened up that message on here. Yeah, awesome. Cool. I think I'm getting another dead rabbit, y'all. Cool. Alright. I just did it, and a couple other people did it. You should be able to do it. Yeah, other people are doing it. Vaping Bachelor, 6 people already did it. It's got to, something's got to be up. Sometimes this happens. Sometimes my name doesn't pop right up, so you have to do. You can go to edit if you already posted it, and you could tag it after you posted it. Hit that little guy. All right. And sometimes somebody's name doesn't pop up right away. Like I put in J-O and maybe he doesn't pop up. Oh no, that's not going to work. How do I explain this? All right, so I put up MD and no names pop up. If you press search, names will pop up. Because maybe you've never tagged me before or you haven't wrote my name a lot. So it's probably not on the whatchamacallit. It's probably not in your, last people tagged or whatever. Or people you follow or whatever it is. If you still have problems, let me know. You still got 2 weeks to get it in, so we'll figure something out. The dead rabbit's awesome. I highly suggest the dead rabbit. That's why I wanted to put that in the giveaway. There was a couple different RDAs I could have bought to put in there, but the dead rabbit was pretty much on the top of the list. Alright, so the build I wanted to do is a binary build. A binary build is basically, I wouldn't really know how to explain it. I pretty much just have to show you. But binary basically meaning 2, so basically 2 stacks in the in between your frames. Actually, that sounds a little crazy, so let me just show you. It's usually got a ribbon stack and then a corrugated piece of wire on top of the ribbon stack. I've only done like 1 or 2. And quite honestly, I don't think I've ever done it the exact correct way. But here's the one that I did. So you got the ribbon stack in there, and then you got a corrugated wire on top of the ribbon stack. All right. Yeah, it's a repost app, Regram. Yeah, these are pretty cool builds. But like I said, I've only done like 1 or 2 of these. And it's actually double fused too. Which I was going to show that, but not this time. Regram or repost will work. It doesn't matter which one you use. As long as you repost it and tag me so I could see. Alright. So I'm going to do some ribbon frames. I'm trying out this black paper here. The thing that I have on my table made my camera always want to refocus. But now, it's been on there for so long and it's such a weird material. Yeah, it's such a weird material that now it's stuck to my desk. So it is what it is now. It's just stuck there. So yeah, this is a quiller. So I'm gonna be needing this for this build. So, I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep the frames first. I'm pretty much going to do the frames the same way. I'm going to do 4 pieces of ribbon as my frames. Alright. So, I'm going to get you know what, no. For my frames, I'm going to use stainless steel ribbon for my frames. Alright, so I got some stainless steel 0.4. Now the sizes of wire are very important. So you definitely want to pay attention to all the sizes of wire in this build, because that's kind of what makes this build what it is. If you don't do the proper sizes, then it's not going to work out too good for you. And I don't want to spend too much time on this build, so I'm really just going to shoot for a single coil on camera, and I'll get the rest, the other one, done off camera, unless for some strange reason I bang this out. Get my water, get my hot glue and lighter. The gold color in my coil, that was gold. That was gold coloring that comes before the purples, which comes before the blues. I try to get a gold shot every coil. Most of the time I do. Alright. So now I'm taking my 2 pieces of ribbon. I guess the fusing, yeah, the fusing can be, but if you prep it good, I mean, sometimes it's a little hard to get the little ass corrugate it where it's got to go. Yeah, yeah. Love the gold colors. Most people do. That's what you do when you only use a little bit of heat in the beginning. That's when you'll get the golds. It's the very first color that comes out. So I got my loop here. I'm wrapping it up with some 40. Yeah, I kind of wish I would have made this a little bigger, but whatever. So I wet it some more to get the ribbon together. Now I'm taking more 40, about 2 inches, 3 inches down, putting 5 wraps in it. I'm cutting my 40, leaving a little bit on. And then I'm going to drag that all the way down to the end. And once I'm at the end, I could wrap it up more. Alright. So now, since I got a parallel clapped in this, I like my ribbons to be tight and nice, so I'm going to hot glue both ends. Helps make this stack more like one piece of wire when you hot glue it the proper way. So just a little dab on this end underneath the loop. Reheat it. Get a little more water. Run my fingers down. Alright, so now I put my loop in my swivel just to hold it for me. And now I'm pulling this end. And as I pull with a little bit of pressure, I'm going to hot glue it and keep the pressure on it until the hot glue dries. I reheat it just so it kind of gets inside all them ribbon. It's good to grab it with the ceramics. Keeps them stacked good and you can pull it all. Alright. So now I'm going to get my drill. I'm going to close my ribbon up into my drill just to hold it for me for a second. And then I'm going to get 2 spools of ribbon, or 2 spools of 40 rather, not 2 spools of ribbon, and they're each in a bag. And I throw them in the bag, and I close up the bag just enough to where the spool can't come out. Alright, so there's a big opening here, but once I pull the wire, the spool turns by itself without unspooling. And I got that in both my bags. Alright. There's a couple good lemon vapes. That Zest liquid, this stuff here, the lemon flavor they got's good. South Pole by, wait, what company is that? What is it called? It's South Pole by, shit. I forget what company it is. It's really good lemon meringue, though. Alright, so now I get my 40 gauge that's in the bags, and I drop them on the floor. One on the left side of my left knee, because my left knee is closer to the swivel, and one on the right side of my left knee. One on the right side, one on the left side of my left knee. If your swivel's on the right, then put one on either side of your right knee. If you're sitting on the floor, put them behind you, one on your left side, one on your right side. Alright, now I got both my wires here. Alright. And now I'm going to hand wrap them around this stack. And since I go in the forward motion when I clapped in, I want to go over and around. I don't want to go under and back up. Over and around. And this first wrap, I want to make sure that the 2 wires are pretty close together. And then just wrap it back to the hot glue. Just going to wrap it a bunch of times here. No, I didn't try the new Pound Town yet. I can get it in my drill as center as possible. Tighten it down. And now when I start clapping, I'm going to start off slow, and then once I get the feeling for it, I'm just going to go the whole way down. I don't really like to stop when I'm doing this because once you get it, you don't really want to let go of the pressure and the angle that you got. Alright, so I got both wires here, and obviously coming up, they're not close to each other. But once they reach my fingers, they're going to close in. So before my fingers, they're spread apart. And then after my fingers to the stack, they close in. And just start off slow. Sometimes you gotta close it in. Because they're too spread apart. Actually, with 4 pieces of ribbon, I usually use the loop method. I don't know why I didn't do it. You can use a loop on 4 pieces of 0.4. I don't know why I didn't just automatically go to that. All right. Alright, so now I got 2 wires still coming out of here. The one closer to the swivel I could cut almost flush. And then the one coming out closer to the drill, I leave 2 inches on. Pick my bags up off the floor. Alright. So there's the one I cut short, and then here's the one behind it that I left 2 inches on. I'm going to put my drill in reverse, pull, and it's going to take that Clapton off and leave a gap. 1 sec, just came out of my drill. Actually glad that happened now, and that it didn't happen when I was Claptoning or fusing. Would have sucked. Yeah, you used a loop for 6-ply. Yeah, some people like for me, it's not for me. I could have did a loop on this; it would have been fine. But I feel as though I get more consistent with parallel Clapton. The loop method works good, but you don't get the loop method perfect every time. Wakus, what's up? Yeah, Vape Engineer is making some mods, so I suppose after he's done getting the people he's already talking to, if he wants to keep doing it, I'll make it known. They're looking pretty good though, pretty cool. Got them all 3D printed. Alright. Mhm. Everybody says that about the waste of wire. It's not you, dude. When you do this method, there is no way anybody. I mean, I've been doing this method and other methods. You'll see me. I'll switch from different loop methods and shit. There is no method more consistent than the parallel Clapton. All right, and I don't think there's any debate on that. I don't think anybody could even debate. If you parallel Clapton something and take one Clapton off, that's the best way to get your spacing. It's the tightest way. It's the most consistent way. Now, taking that wire off, everybody says it's a waste. All right, so now let's say I do the loop method. I mess up one. I just wasted that same amount of wire. That same exact amount of wire plus a 26 gauge. All right, so I wasted the 40 gauge and the 4 pieces of ribbon in this case. So I just wasted way more. All right. Second of all, if you want them clean, you want the most consistent way. Sometimes you got to make sacrifices. That's just the way it is. If you want to get something good out of something, you got to make sacrifices. Now, saying that, I actually did the math on how much you're wasting. Actually, I have the wire right here. Where the hell did I put it? So that wire I just stripped off is right here. I don't think I can untangle it right now, but I've done it before. It's less than 15 feet. All right. So if something's less than 15 feet, I can't stretch it out right now. It's 15 feet. Trust me. Less than 15. We'll say it's 15 feet. 15 feet of 40 gauge at Pure Atomist without my prices, you pay $20 for 500 feet, which when you do the math, it's about 75 cents for 15 feet. It's a little less. It's about 70 cents for 15 feet. The prices I get it at, it's 50% less, so it's 30 cents. If you don't, I understand not everybody gets them prices, but think about it. Get a roll of 40 gauge Pure Atomist for the one that's going to stay on, and then buy something cheap for your wasted wire. It's so much better. Every builder will say it. If they didn't waste the wire, they would use the parallel Clapton all the time. So I'd rather make the sacrifice and not have all the frustration of stuff moving. Yeah, so I guess you're living far and you're paying a lot of money for wire, but for me, this is best for me, and this is what I would do. But I have tutorials doing the loop method. I have plenty of tutorials doing 3 different loop methods. You could go to the staple stagger fuse Clapton, or no, the stagger fuse Clapton, the 4-core. I get that told to me all the time, the waste of wire, and to me, it's just I'd rather sacrifice because I waste more wire not getting it clean. I waste more wire with the people do the dual spools. All right, they do the dual spool method. I tried that out. For some reason, I can't do it. I think my hands ain't long enough to get around this, or I think I'm just not doing it right. I've wasted 500 feet just doing that. 500 feet, 250 feet. So everybody's different. I mean, what works for you is what works for you. But now, another point I need to make about the whole thing is like, I'll tell you, you could, oh, god damn. You could do the loop method on what I just did. Just like if you're doing round wire, do the loop method. Alright? So, you could do the loop method. The loop method that I would use, shit, I'll show you right now. I'll do a loop method on 4 pieces of ribbon right now. So, you could do that. But once you get bigger in that stack, your stack turns into a rectangle. Alright? So when it turns into a rectangle, that loop isn't going to go around it the same way. Does it work still? Yeah, it works still. Some people still do it. They do it. It's not completely consistent, and I still fuck up sometimes doing that. So for me, parallel clamping is just the way to go. If I had, put it this way, I want to do it the best, most efficient way. I understand the waste on wire, because the reason why I do a loop method on my round wire instead of parallel clamping is because that is consistent on a round wire, and it is a waste of wire. So, but if everybody had an unlimited amount of wire, nobody would use the loop method. Nobody would ever use it. Yeah. So I'll show you though what I like, another method to use for this build. I'll show you what I would do if I didn't want to waste wire, because I totally get that. Not everybody can fucking buy 3 spools of fucking 500 feet. But like when I do stuff on here, I'm pretty much, I think I'm showing you the best way, but I'm really just showing you how I do it. And if that helps, that's good, you know? But I do use loop methods sometimes. If you ask most of the people that watch me, have been watching me for a while, usually when I do 4 pieces of 0.4, I do the loop method. Alright? But I'd like to actually do a loop method, and we'll put them side to side and see how good it is. So if I didn't have a lot of wire, if I had 1 spool of 40, this is the way I would do it. But there's some builds you can't do it. You can't do the loop method. It's not going to come out good. Like, let's say if you wanted to stagger like 8 pieces of ribbon, and you wanted it to come out perfect, you basically just gotta sacrifice the wire. You just gotta sacrifice it. Alright. Let me prep the ribbon first. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do 4 pieces of 0.4 stainless. So there was a time when, alright, so when stagger fuse Clapton first came out, that's how everybody, yeah, the biggest spools for pure atomist is 500. But like, let's say like there's some times where I'm running out of nichrome, so I'll grab the Canthal since I don't use it much, and that'll be the wire I strip off, which is easy to keep track of when you're using the bag method, because you just track it back to the bag, grab that wire, and make sure that's the wire you pull off. So you could actually get some like cheaper wire if it's possible. Buy some nice wire for the shit you're going to vape, and then buy some shitty wire for your throwaway wire. And there's some, I mean, I know some people in the UK that are buying wire for very cheap. Now, I don't know where everybody's from, but I mean, sometimes I hear some ridiculous wire prices, like crazy low, like $20 for like 5,000 feet. I hear some low prices sometimes, so it's out there. But lots of people, that's why I'm so, I mean, I know I sound a lot really passionate about it right now, but I literally got like 3 messages this week about it. So I just want to make sure that you guys know this is why I do it like this. It's not really any other reason other than, to be honest, it's because I'm live. And it's the most consistent. I feel that if I do it this way, it's the best way I could show you guys and get it to the finish is with the parallel clapton. But with 4-ply, it's damn near as consistent with the loop with 4-ply 0.4. And I've explained this before. Maybe some people don't know what I'm talking about with the wire. So when you have 26 gauge round wire, all right. Oh, you can't see that for shit. All right. You have 26 gauge round wire. All right, that's their 26, and you have your loop method. All right. It's going to go around that wire, and that wire, when it turns, ain't nothing really changing up here on the loop. Alright? Nothing's changing there. So that's why the loop method works good on round 26. Now, with 4 pieces of 0.4, it's 0.4 this way, and it's 0.4 this way. Alright? So it's 0.4 all the way around. So that loop, it's not really changing either. Alright, so this is a ribbon stack. And it gets made into a square when it's 4x4. Or if it's 0.5 and 5 pieces of 0.5, it's the same thing. That makes a square. But then once you start going into 0.4 times 6, so 6-ply, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ply. So now you got this loop going on, but then when it turns over, I don't know if I'm going to be able to draw this out so you guys understand. When it turns over, it's going to have a bigger loop, and it's not going to remain as consistent. And this is just something you learn by doing it. Alright? And then when you get up to like 8 and 10-ply, forget about it. That stacks like this. And that loop has to make it all the way around here. And it just doesn't work good. So that's why parallel clapton, I just like it more unless it's a square stack of wire. Hopefully that kind of explains it. So I do the loop method on 4 times 0.4, 5 times 0.5, 3 times 0.3, because it makes a square. You just want that square or circle profile for that loop to go around. Yeah, there you go. So Mark's got a good point. If you have a lot of weight on this, maybe it makes up the shape. But I've still always liked parallel clapton and something bigger. But Mark does it. He comes out with clean shit. So maybe on my channel I'll start trying to do it a little bit more often. Do it to bigger stacks. But I actually kind of like parallel clapton too. That's the whole thing. So I suppose if you got really good at doing the loop method, you could start getting, you know, you could probably loop method almost anything. I mean, I've seen people loop method an alien to make spaces in it. So that's not a circle or a square. It's more of a rectangle shape. Yeah, you just suck at and parallel clapton, it's like parallel clapton, it is like just one of them things you gotta learn how to do. But I think if you try it the way that I do it with the bags, I find it the same as just like Clapton and with a single wire. Just like anything else, practice, it's going to waste wire. Just like if you were doing aliens, I've wasted the same amount of wire learning how to parallel Clapton. Wasted the same amount of wire learning the loop method too. So if you're having a problem parallel Clapton and ribbon, the problem's probably your swivels. Because really, it should be just like doing a Clapton. If you could do a 36 gauge Clapton with your fingers on a piece of 26, then you could do a parallel Clapton with 2 pieces of 42 with your fingers. Sometimes you just got to trust yourself and trust that your hand-eye coordination is going to get you there. You got your Crocs. Alright, so I still do the hot glue thing because I want these ribbons. Even more so because, like I just explained, with the loop and it being one piece of wire as close to a circle as I could get. Oops, sorry. Alright, Mark. We got a lot of people watching Game of Thrones tonight. Damn, I got 35 people in here. That fight was alright last night, too. I actually paid for that fight, and I wasn't really disappointed at all. I wanted to see Conor McGregor win, even though I knew it was a slim chance. But I was actually pretty happy with how it went. It actually made me like Mayweather a little bit more. Because that fight was not boring, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. It was not a boring fight. Alright. So now I'm going to get out like 10 inches of 40 gauge here. And then I'm going to get what I use for my weight. I was actually going to try this thing too. I was actually getting ready to do a loop method today. I have this. I think it may make a good weight, especially since I could just add stuff on because it's got a magnet. So you could either tie a knot or hot glue this here. I'm going to hot glue it because of the weight that I'm using. I'm going to need some kind of thing to grab on. So, I did like kind of separate my videos into playlists. So if you guys are having trouble finding some stuff, if you go to my channel and go to playlists, it's kind of all separated, like beginner videos, live videos, atomizer videos. I'm trying to get it all in nice order since like there is a lot of fucking videos up there now. Alright. So now I'm just going to clip on this. It's a pretty big loop. Get it in there a little more. Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, lucky I'm a contractor, so I have drills around all the time anyway. But I could see how that first expense for a drill, when you want to get into building, how that could be. But good places to go are like Harbor Freight. Even Home Depot has like $25 drills that'll work for you. Black & Decker, Walmart has Black & Decker shit. Alright, this loop's pretty big. I need to shorten it up a bit. Because if your loop's too big, it's going to hit the table and not move. So I'm twisting it here. And then I'll hot glue it a little more up on the wire. Alright. So I put gaps. I put gaps in the Clapton that I started there. And I'm going to drop my loop in that last gap made there. I'll show you a close-up after I do that. Oh, this ain't gonna work. See, this thing's got a magnet on it, so I can just add a little more weight to it if I think it needs more weight. Just keep a couple little metal things around. Alright. So my loop is dropped into that last space. Alright. I feel as though I could use a little more weight on there. So I'm just putting something metal that's a little more heavy on there. I should get fishing weight so I could tell you guys exactly. So now you just got to keep kind of a 90-degree angle. The loop isn't going to do all the work now. You got to still pay attention that you're getting a nice tight Clapton on there without the loop jumping over and without making too big of a space. If you go on an angle too much like this with your spool, you're going to make a big space. If you go too much like that, your loop's going to jump over your fusing wire. So you want to have like a 90-degree angle. And my loop broke. Alright. So I'm going to do the loop method again, just using what I always use. So I got this comp cap. It's pretty heavy for a top cap. Get another 10 inches to a foot of wire off. Yeah, the one loop broke, I'm wasting 2 feet instead of the 15 I said. Alright. Alright, so that's done. I do want to show you something with this loop. Just another reason why it's not my favorite. So this is my loop, alright? Now when it goes down that whole wire, and that ribbon is fairly sharp, it gets bent and chewed up, and it actually gets thinner. So I wouldn't use these loops more than once. But it could actually also affect the spacing. But whatever. Alright. So here's the piece on the drill. Obviously, if you do the loop method a good amount of times and you get good at it, it should come out fairly clean. So this is the beginning where it broke off, and then after that is where it picks up. So now I'm going to put them next to each other. Both look good to me. I think the dual spool's a little better because I made a couple mistakes doing the loop, but that's just because I haven't done the loop in a little bit. Whatever works for you. If you don't want to waste wire, do with the loop. If you don't care about wasting wire, and it just depends on you. I mean, maybe you ain't good at parallel clapton and you're good at loop method. I'm kind of the opposite. I'm better at parallel clapton than the loop. So, whatever's clever, whatever works for you, they both work. They could both come out clean. But like I said, I only like that when it's a square wire. But one day we'll try. We'll try it with 6 and 8 pieces. And maybe we'll do that like Tuesday or something. Alright, so actually, the part that I messed up, if I cut that off, it's going to be as long as the first one I did anyway. Alright, so I got 2 even pieces here. Do I want to use them 2 even pieces to make, I'll have 12 inches of wire. Actually, sure, yeah, I kind of like that. This way I could do like 3 inches, cut it off, and get a single coil, and I'll fuse the rest later. Alright, so I'm going to find which way the staple's bent, or which way the staple's standing up. So when it's a square wire, it's kind of hard to see with your naked eye which way the staple's going. So I'll show you what I do so I can keep a track of it. I get in there and I bend it like that, so I know which way the ribbon's standing up. Hey, how clean you make them, Nick. Thanks, buddy. That's what I'm here. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to make you guys hate me. Hate, 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 hate. Alright. Man, I still got a long ways to go. In fact, you know what? I'm not prepping these all at once. It's going to take way too long. Especially with that binary in there. No. I'm going to cut these each in half. And I'm going to do one coil at a time. So, getting my wire, I measured where half is, I cut it, alright, and this is also important. I was telling somebody this, it's going to fuse a lot better if you don't just flip one of these over like that. Don't flip it, alright, cut it, and then move them together, alright, cut it, move them together. Don't flip the one over, because then it's backwards from the way you fused it. Alright, now let me prep some wire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a 0.3 ribbon stack. That's pretty important that it's 0.3. Alright. tried not to pull the hell out of it because I don't want to change the size too much. So I'm going to get 2 pieces. If you don't have to stretch it, don't stretch it. Alright? Two pieces of 0.3 ribbon, Kanthal, and then 1 piece of Nichrome. Now that doesn't matter, just get 3 pieces out, and that's fine. You don't have to do mixed. It's just the size that matters. Size does matter with this build. Nah, it's not steel. I wish. I wish. Fucking wish. Alright. So I got 3 pieces of 0.3. And actually, before I go any further, I'm going to get my 0.4. I don't really want to stretch this 0.4 like at all. So I'm not going to. It's coming off the spool straight enough. So 1 piece of 0.4. Two pieces of 0.4. It's just going to mess it. It messes with the size when you stretch it. It makes it thinner. Alright. So 3 pieces of 0.3. 2 pieces of 0.4. And first I'm going to take the 0.3. I'm going to bend it in half, bring the ends together. I'm going to make a loop. Wrap it up with some 40 gauge. Run my fingers down, get some water, and run my fingers down again a couple times. Go about an inch down. Four wraps of 40 gauge. Pinch that 40 gauge, bring it down to the edge. Put a couple more wraps in it when it's all the way down here. And I'm actually going to cut it clean to the smallest piece of ribbon. Alright, So I got the 0.3 stacked. So now I'm going to get my pieces of 0.4. I'm going to go down the end here, cut them the same length. Jesus. Alright. Just like I did the 0.3, I'm going to grab both ends, loop it. Now before I wrap this loop, I'm going to put the 0.3 stack loop inside of this 0.4. So the idea is that the 0.4 is a little bit bigger than the 0.3. So there should be a 0.1 gap left inside of there. And all said and done, I'm going to wrap this up. Alright. Come down the end here, cut off the excess 0.4 that doesn't need it. I'm going to get some water and try to get my stack as nice as I possibly can. So between now and fusing is probably going to be the trickiest part of this build. So I'm going to do the same thing, go an inch down, just like I do all my ribbon stacks. Just different sizes of ribbon in there. It's no big deal, it's only off by 0.1. You can see the difference with the naked eye, so something went wrong with that. I'm going to need a do-over. There you go. So I'm going to go down to my loop section. Put a dab of hot glue. You don't want to do a big glob. Now I'm going to hot glue the other end. And that'll eventually go into my drill chuck. And I'll show you what it looks like before I get to put the corrugated in there. Damn it. Yeah, Sunday stream since I couldn't do it Saturday. Doesn't seem like I lost any people. Yeah, I was watching boxing and then I was going to do it tonight, but the season finale of Game of Thrones is on, so I couldn't do that. And oh my god, it's on in like 40 minutes. Shit. No good. I guess I could watch it a couple minutes later. Alright. So let me show you what this ribbon looks like before I put the binary in it. So you see how the end sticks up like 0.1 millimeter? That leaves the space for my squiggly wire to go in. My corrugated. It's actually kind of hard to see until you get that corrugated in there. Yeah, they're definitely not easy, this build. This is definitely going to be one of the more technical builds you see me do. So, I mean, when it comes to intricate builds, this is definitely up there. kind of hard to see, but there's 6 pieces of 0.3 in the middle and 2 pieces of 0.4 on the outsides of this stack. Once I get that corrugated wire in there, you'll see it a little better. Thanks, guys. Alright. Oh, don't give me any ideas. I'll start charging $100. Fuck that. Alright, so the wire that goes in there is 38 gauge. 38 gauge is the closest to 0.1. Alright. It's the closest wire to 0.1 millimeter. So I guess you could kind of figure out why this build can get to be a real pain in the ass if you're only using 38. So I give it a little stretch so it goes straight. I get my quiller and I got my piece of 38 nichrome. And just carefully through the smallest set of gears. You want to send this 38 just real gently. And along with bending it, it's going to put like a natural curve. I should say an unnatural curve in it. But we'll get that out. Alright. So there it is. So it's got this curve in it. Alright, not only does it have the curve in it, but that zigzag is probably bigger than 6 pieces of 0.1. Alright, so stretching it out does two things. It makes it straighter, and it gets that curve a little smaller than what it is right now. Alright, you do not want to pull on this too much. It's unnecessary. It's a very little bit. You could always pull it more if you need to. So I just pulled it a bit and it went straighter. I think I could pull it a little more. Not too much, just a little. And I think I got it there. If not, I could always pull it again. It's called a paper quiller. A paper quiller is what it's called. And I almost always use the smallest gear on there. Paper quiller. Alright. So now I can get my ribbon stack. And this is kind of going to be hard to show on camera, like what exactly I'm doing, but I mean, it's not really, you're kind of going to get the point. Yeah, they're only like $9 if you get them in China. I'm using Goon and a Noisy Cricket series. Alright, just make sure you have your hot glue ready. See if I can't get this on camera the best I can. But basically, you just drop it in the middle there. Yeah, so the curve is still a good amount bigger than the middle section. Maybe I should have did 8-ply in the middle. But I could still make this work with the 6-ply. I'm just going to have to stretch it out a little more. I'm going to get a little less of a curve. But once I get it in the middle, up at the loop here. Oh, shit, you can't see. My bad. Once I get it in the middle here, as best as I can, I'm going to heat up some hot glue. I'll show you a close-up after every one of these steps. And just dab the hot glue right over it. And that'll hold the 38. What's up, Josh? So MindForge has a video on this too, so if you wanted to get another person's... Oh, actually, my curve actually looks pretty good. I may have to stretch it a little bit. See, I just hot glued it right in there. Bones, what's up? Alright. So now you can kind of see the space that's made there. Yeah, it looks pretty cool so far. So far, this is pretty much exactly how I've had it go before. So now, down at the end here, the corrugate, it's way bigger than what I need. So I'm just going to snip that off. Alright. And I'm just going to run my fingers down, and hopefully this corrugated kind of falls in the gaps for now. If it doesn't completely fall in the gaps, it's not that big of a deal. I'll get it in a little bit. But I am going to give it a little more of a stretch just to make it a little smaller of a curve so it fits in there a little better. So a little more of a stretch, not too much. That should get that curve a little better. And now that I had the hot glue here, I kind of just pushed it in, and it kind of just stayed since it's so thin. I guess I could just reheat it, and it's just going to grab that 38. So just get it kind of where you want it right now. And when I put the frames on, I'll get it exactly where I want it. And also, it's just something that as you're fusing, you just got to pay attention to. You're not going to have it in there perfect until the very last second. I think I got it pretty good. Yeah, I think it's where it's got to be. Yeah, I'm going to get the frames on this and just start bonding it up, see what happens. Alright, so now I just gotta grab my 2 frames, which are way shorter than the fucking ribbon stack I got here. Holy jeez. So I'm going to pay attention to a couple different things, getting the frames on the way I want them, and keeping that corrugated wire as center as I can. And once I got it pretty much where I think it's good, actually you should try to get this exactly where you think it's good, not just pretty much. I can get a piece of 40. And bind it real nice up here. Nice and tight. Alright, so now I'm pinching it like this, and I want to look at it close up. And if it's good close up, I'm going to hot glue it like this too. Shit. So no, that corrugate's got to move over. I think it's got to be a little smaller too. So I'm going to go down to the end here. I'm going to stretch the corrugated a little more, just to get it a little smaller. Thanks, Alex. Well, this is a little different than a corrugated build since it's only a piece of 38. It doesn't really affect the vape at all. It's, if anything, it probably just holds a little more juice, really. With all the space in there. I'm just gonna make sure that I get it good and hot glue this bitch. Just hot glue everything to each other once I got it, just so I have a nice starting point. First Clapton. Nice. Everybody's got an army helmet on. What's up with that? Yeah, this is like one of them fucking 3-hour builds, man. So now I'm just gonna walk my fingers down. Somewhere in the middle, get it where I want it. I'm gonna take a piece of .4 ribbon. Just do a quick little bind on it. Nothing too crazy. As long as it's kind of where it's gotta be, I'll take care of it during fusing or in the beginning of fusing. I'm probably just gonna put like 2 binds in here, except for the end. So 4 binds all together, 1 on each end, 1 kind in the middle, and 1 like an inch up from where I'm starting. How's the vape? I don't know if I missed part of a conversation, but if you're asking if you could tag me on IG, definitely. Everybody could tag me. Tag away. Now I'm down at the end where the drill goes. I want to get this nice and good. Get everything perfect, because this is where I'm going to be starting. And you want to start off on a good note. So I'm going to bind it really good, and then I'm going to make sure everything's copacetic. And I'm going to hot glue it. The cool thing about this build is both sides are different. It looks nowhere near the same on the other side. It just looks like a regular staple stagger fuse Clapton. Then when you flip it over, you realize that it's two different pieces of ribbon and a corrugated wire in there. It's pretty cool. I always liked how there was two sides to it. Alright, I'm pretty much ready to fuse. What time is it? Oh my god. 8:50, damn. Guys, I think I'm only fusing a little bit of this. Show you what it looks like, and I guess we'll see how fast. One sec. Alright, I'm pretty much going to call this a video in like 20-30 minutes. Yeah, I use 38 gauge for the corrugated. So, yeah, you could corrugate anything if it bends. So the beginning's nice and good, and that's what you need. My spacing's a little off in the beginning, but that's just because that's where I started. Once I get up to that first wrap, it looks like it goes good. That's something I could fix as I go. It moves pretty easily, and like I said, if you get a good start, it'll almost move into place. You just got to keep an eye on it. And then the other side of the wire looks like that. Alright, we'll see how much I can fuse of this. I don't know, I mean, you guys see me fuse stuff like this, so hopefully I can kind of get it all explained. If not, I don't know, maybe there will be a part 2 to this video later. Yeah, I'm gonna be on for a little bit longer, so I'm recording it, and I guess I'll just watch it a little later than everybody. So, yeah, I got like 6 minutes, but I think I'm gonna do... I'm not gonna be able to fuse this in 6 minutes. I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna fuse enough so you guys can see it. And like I said, maybe I'll do a part 2. That's not very centered. No sense in rushing at this point. I like what I got going on here. I am skip fusing this though, so you could see the whatchamacallit better. I want to be able to see the guts. I don't want to cover them all up. So skip fuse will be the best way to get that effect. Alright, get my 40 gauge. Just start off by hand wrapping back towards the drill. good to have either your ceramic tweezers or your pointy tweezers on you, so you can move the corrugated back and forth if you need to. So right now, since my spacing isn't good at this point, I'm just gonna fuse every gap anyway to get a good start on this. Get it nice and sturdy to start off. I'm not gonna worry about too much how it looks, as long as that corrugated is where it needs to be. So now, before I crimp it down for the first time, let me take a gander. Alright, so that looks good right there. Right where I'm fusing looks good. Alright, so since it looks good, I didn't want to crimp it until it looked good. So now, I'm going to crimp what I already fused. Yeah, it's only 7 episodes, no 10 episodes this year. Same thing with next season's only going to be 6, but they may do 2-hour episodes next season. So now I'm getting up to the part where the spacing is good, but I'm still going to fuse it perfectly right now. No skip fuse yet. I just really want to make sure that I get a good start, because it's very important with this build to start off good. Yeah, if anybody's got to go, thanks for hanging out. You know, it'll be up on the YouTube, so if you got to go, go. I'm leaving in like 10 minutes anyway, so. Maybe 20. I don't know. Alright, I'm up to my first bind that I could take out. I like to do my first bind very close to the drill chuck. So I just started skipping. Alright. Looking good, right? Thing is going to be pretty badass when I'm done. Alright, I'm going to get a close-up view while I fuse. And then I'm probably going to wrap this video up. I think I may do shit. I may do a second video on this to finish it up to show everybody, because it's not like everybody is on Instagram and could just see how it ends up. So there may be a second video on how I finished it up, what it looks like when it's coiled. I gotta check to make sure that everything's good. It looks a little silly. No, it's probably just the angle I was looking at it at. It's all good. It is all good. Looks divine. I see what you did there. Come on. Skip fuse is just one of them things you gotta get in the groove of to get faster. It's actually, it may seem painful, but it's kind of fun. It's one of my more favorite things to do in building. Alright, but I came up to my next wire bind. So I could take that out. This is a good build to use jeweler's glasses or whatever. This way you don't have to keep flipping over your camera and looking. Having a macro lens is very good, but if you have one of these, it's even better. You could just look at it as you go, and this way you don't have to keep stopping and doing this, getting the macro on, flipping the camera. I don't know what it's going on yet. It may go, I don't know. I'm not sure. It may go in like maybe Goon 1.5. Maybe it'll go into something a little different. So I'm getting a nasty angle on my skip fuse, so I'm probably going to skip a couple spaces and get back to normal. It looks like my spacing was off somewhere and just threw me off a bit. So I'll probably just jump in one of them spaces there that isn't the next one, maybe 2 spaces away, and that may get me back on track. This is a long wire for a single coil. So I have some room to play. It's not that, I think it just looks wide because you're looking at it on a macro. It's pretty wide, but I've done much wider. Much wider. But I mean, it's a 4, 8, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's an 18 ply staple, so yeah, it's pretty wide. 4, 8, 12, plus 6. Yep, 18 ply staple. So it's pretty thick. I mean, if I get 2 nice lengths, maybe I'll just do like a 5 or a 6 wrap on the mask RDA. Just a dual pair of really nice big coils. You know? Kind of depends what I end up with. Could do 4 wraps in the Druga. Alright. I'm going to give it one more look and call it a video. It's going to be a 3-hour video. I'm just going to cut it off at exactly 3 hours probably. So see, as long as you get it started good, that, you know, that squiggly wire will kind of just fall in there. Obviously I'm using this clip to help me too, but it's really the start of it. So you see I skipped them spaces there to come back straight a little bit. Pretty happy with this one. Alright, Nodus. Yeah, well, the video's gonna be up, so. Simple vape guy, yeah, try what I'm doing. Cause I've never failed at this build actually. First time I tried this build, I tried it live and I got it. I got lucky. I don't know if you've seen Mindforge's video, but I mean, he does it pretty much the same way. That's how I learned it, was Mindforge's video. So I'm doing exactly what the man told me to do. If I just stopped and put my jeweler's glasses on and just fused and didn't keep stopping, I'd get this done in like probably 5 minutes. I'd be done fusing this. As long as the spacing's good, it's easy to get into a groove. If your spacing's off, And once again, this is called a binary build. Alright, so there's 2 minutes left, and I'm going to call it. Mindforge, yeah. Not just in I remember 150B rated says they're the best. I think he had croc swivels, yeah. Yeah, these croc swivels are awesome. There's a chance these might be in the giveaway on IG and YouTube, but his YouTube video is the one that I watched. Yeah, this is definitely not a beginner coil, but hey, if you want to try it, go ahead. Sometimes people like to push themselves, and it helps them learn by doing bigger, harder things. And the easier things are that much easier because you just accomplish something way harder. Alright, I'll give you one more look, and I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry I didn't come on yesterday, but the fight, and then sorry I'm cutting it early tonight, but Game of Thrones. So, that's 3 hours, guys. I'll talk to you later. Maybe I'll come back on and finish this. I don't know. Peace.